What's up? I would like to make a decree as our first order of business that if you make a video response to me, you don't have to call me Chris3325. Alright, you can just call me Chris. The 3325 was tacked on there. I made this a kind of long. Alright, I made this kind of long time ago just to watch videos and shit, and I made that video, and then TJ came and shitstorm ensued, and it was too late to change it. I don't know if I even could. I don't know if I would, because then people might be confused. But it's one of my locker combinations, I think, for one of my years in high school. So if you were to go to my high school, you might be able to open one of the lockers. And knowing my high school, there's probably drugs in there. So it's like a treasure hunt. Yeah, but funny story on that on the name is, you know, I might have talked about this before, but I can't remember. But a long time ago, I had that exchange with that weird Christian dude. We fall down, but we get back up. Well, I'm pretty sure it's fucking joking. Hindsight is 20/20. But after I made that video, I received a cryptic email saying that you have been featured on YouTubeDrama.com or whatever. I was like, okay. So I went and checked that shit out, and the website is a definition of unfunny. There's lots of shit you could say about me, and you didn't say shit about. You didn't say anything, and it was obvious to me that he totally didn't watch my video or anything because he didn't know what the fuck was going on. So don't be tempted to watch. I mean, go to the website. You know, don't let me stop you. But it is the definition of unfunny. But he listed a bunch of different contact information. He listed my YouTube username, and then he listed a Blog TV username, and I think, you know, or is it Stickam? I don't remember. One of those. It is Chris3325, but I'd never use it. So whatever. I've only ever gone on to watch. I've been on Blog TV like a grand total of 3 times, and I've only appeared once, and that was when I was doing a thing with Richard. And then he put an AIM, I think, and I don't even have AIM, and he put it down as Chris3325. I don't even have AIM. And then also he put an Xbox Live username. I've never had Xbox Live ever, and I've been sitting there thinking, I feel sorry for whoever has the name Chris3325, because there's a bunch of people, you know, possibly contacting him, and he doesn't know what the fuck is going on. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That whole thing was kind of weird. I thought that was kind of funny. You know, it was obvious that he had. And I wrote him an email. I was like, dude, you know, whatever, man. But these are not me. You're gonna send a bunch of trolls to some random innocent person, and they're gonna be fucking confused. He never responded to me, so I don't know. And he never took them down. So, you know, whatever. Fucking I fear that I may have inadvertently in some way triggered some sort of war between Confederate Socialists and Napalm Tube, which is unfortunate because I like them both, but they obviously have some sort of history that I'm not aware of. And at first I thought it was some sort of like relationship thing, because I know the Confederate Socialist is gay, and forgive me, Napalm Tube, because my gaydar is fucking terrible, but I was like, maybe Napalm Tube is gay, and they used to have like a thing going on, but I guess Napalm Tube is straight, so that theory went right out the window. But they're having some kind of fight, and I think it's unfortunate, or they're going to have some sort of fight, so whatever. Look out for that. And the second part of this presentation is some people asked me to talk a little bit more about my pistols, which, you know, I'm fine with that. I guess you could consider me a gun enthusiast. The problem with being an enthusiast of something is that when that thing is expensive, you don't have very many of them. It's not like when we were all collecting fucking Pokemon cards. For those of you in my general age group, guns are more expensive. So, yeah, fine, I'll show that shit when I'm not waving them around threateningly. The small black one that somebody talked about as a little gun, okay, little gun, you wouldn't be saying shit when the 357 hollow point goes through your skull, but that's not really the point. This is a Taurus 357 Magnum. It's obviously a snub nose. This is the pistol that I keep loaded for home defense because it is smaller, it's easier to use, it's just better for shit like that. I like this pistol. It's really heavy. You'd think that this one would be a lot heavier, but they're really about the same weight. And this one is a lot bigger. I don't know why that is, but this is a really heavy pistol. But it's a good pistol. I like it. The trigger is pretty smooth. It's accurate enough. I mean, the barrel is really tiny, but for, you know, most gunfights are within a very, very close proximity, so it doesn't really make that much of a difference anyway. The only thing I don't like about this pistol, and that I would recommend to you if you're considering purchasing something like this, is that you notice that I cannot cock back the hammer because I don't have a grip. That's why I like this, because you can cock back the hammer. And that limits your opportunities, because the cool thing about one of the things you have to understand about shooting accurately is that the less that you anticipate the shot, the better it's going to be. That's why some people teach you to breathe in, breathe out, or whatever. You know, I don't even recommend that. I recommend that you take aim and you shoot immediately. I know that sounds really fucking weird, but for something that you're trying to shoot quickly, not long-range sniper or anything, I think that's the best idea, because when you think about the shot, you react to it before you make it. You know what I'm saying? You instinctively jerk the gun. You anticipate the recoil, so you start it, and then you're all off. Because the recoil isn't going to make you inaccurate. That bullet is gone. The motherfucker's gone. But if you recoil before you pull the trigger, you're going to fuck up. So that's what's cool about being able to cock the hammer back, is that once the hammer is back, you know, it becomes a hair trigger, and you just this tiniest little tap sets the thing off, and that way you don't think about your shot before you make it. This has a really smooth action anyway, so it doesn't really make that much of a difference. But you know, this is a Smith & Wesson 357 with obviously a much longer barrel, and obviously it's chrome and badass. I really like this pistol, though I would like to get a different grip because the bottom is really wide and it sits weird in my hands because I don't have very long fingers. My hands are not that big. But this is a really cool gun. I wouldn't carry this around as a concealed weapon because it's so big. I would rather carry this. I don't have any semi-automatic pistols. I'd like to get one. I want to get my hands on a Colt model 1911 45, but I don't have that. But the cool thing about revolvers is that they're generally cheaper. All right, don't quote me entirely on that. But there's a whole lot less shit that can go wrong with it. This won't jam. There's very few things that can break with this. There's a lot more moving parts going on in your semi-automatic pistol. You know, it only holds 6 shots, but you know, most firefights, the kind of shootout that you would have personally is going to be over in 1, 2, or 3 shots anyway. Either you're going to hit them or they're going to hit you. And with the 357, you're going down. The other thing is, now I know some people that have like AK-47s and shit like that for home defense. I think that's a bad idea because you're using a big, heavy rifle round with full metal jacket. And the problem with that is that it's going to kill the guy you hit, but it might go through him, or you might miss him and it'll go through your wall and it might kill your neighbor. And I guarantee you your local police department will have some questions to ask you. So that's why you hook yourselves up with some of these fucking hollow points. Not only are they more effective for killing people, but they won't go through your wall. But you can't, I don't think you can carry these with a concealed weapon. So that was my show and tell, or my tell and show. I guess I told and then showed. Fucking A. See ya.